Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Just Keep Swimming 1111. I hope you're all doing really good today. Thank you for tuning into my channel. This is going to be a pick a pile reading. So it's going to take a few minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and start going through the cards, getting some piles. If you want to watch, you're welcome to. If not, just fast forward probably at least 3 minutes while I shuffle and get the cards put out here for each pile. I do feel called to pull 4 piles, so we'll go about doing that way. Hi XO, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you guys. Welcome to my live. Okay, I'm having amazing cinnamon sunset tea. I think it's spicy cinnamon sunset tea, and you can get this at Target, and it's so good. Oh, good Lord. Cinnamon tea with honey and a little cream. Stop it. You don't know good till you've had it. You just don't even know good tea until you've had cinnamon tea like that. All right. Hello from Minnesota. All right. Let me just start. Spirit, please give me a divine message. For those watching and those in the future that are going to come in and watch, I want to pick 4 piles, different cards. What is the advice from you to them about their journey? Okay, and this is going to be like a twin flame journey. So if you're not on a twin flame journey, this may or may not resonate with you, but hey, it always could. It always could. All right, so we're going to just take a dive. We're going to start with Spirit Speaks, my oracle deck. Okay, Spirit, please give me a message. Give me a beautiful message for pile number 1. Give me a message for pile number 1. All right. Pile number 1. All right, there you go. We have painful past, tearful memories, inner child. And don't worry, the rest of the cards I'm going to put face down. But I just want to pull these messages from Spirit first so you can kind of see what piles you're going to choose from, okay? So pile number 1 is going to be painful past. All right, so if you have a painful past, this would probably be the best pile for you to get from as soon as I start pulling more information. Tearful memories, inner child, you know. Spirit, give me a message for pile number 2, please. Pile number 2. And pile number 2 is unite, the best of both worlds. This is bringing together a yin and yang energy. Okay, this is bringing forces together. This could be about definitely twin flame energy, but I also feel blended families. Okay, I think this has a lot to do with a blended family. Let's go ahead and get pile number 3. Okay. This is pile number 3, family. Okay, stronger together, number 22. So pile number 3 is going to definitely incorporate family. There's some family information that's going to come through, maybe a lot of ancestral information coming through in pile number 3. All right, and let's get last, pile number 4, Spirit. Show me pile number 4. Kind of a different way to do piles today, huh? This is different. But different is good, and I like to be different. We're going to be different. So instead of having little items on the piles, I'm going to have titles. Okay? And then we'll just pick the pile as soon as I start getting more cards. Spirit, please show me a card for pile number 4. Unexpected, a surprise awaits you. So pile number 4 is urgency, anxiety. Are you going through a lot of anxiety? If so, pile number 4 would be really interesting for you. I think there's some unexpected messages that your spirit is telling you to look forward to. So bottom of the deck is let it go. Let go of what was, accept what is. And I think everybody is in this kind of energy today. And most likely all week. You're all in the energy of release, release, release. Whew, shaking it off, letting it go, letting it be, just letting things happen naturally. Okay. All right, so if you don't mind, I'm going to pick some more cards. This is going to be your advice. Okay. All right, Spirit, what is the advice for pile number 1? Show me the advice for pile number 1. And then following pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. Give me the advice, please. Advice for the painful past and tearful memories. Give me advice for the inner child. Give me advice. Okay. Give me advice for unite the best of both worlds. Give me advice for this number 2 pile. All right. Okay. Give me advice for pile number 3. Give me advice for pile number 3. Give me advice for pile number 4, please. Unexpected. What surprises await? Pile number 4. Okay. It's going to take a few minutes to get the cards out, guys. Hope you don't mind. Bottom of the deck for this, for everybody, is the Sword and the Rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Mostly it's okay if that happens. We're all just accepting it and growing from it and healing from it. Please show me pile number 1, please. Okay, the advice. Show me the advice for pile number 2, please. Show me the advice for pile number 3. And show me the advice for pile number 4. Please show me the advice for pile number 4. Show me the advice for pile number 4, Spirit. Okay. Almost done, almost done. Bottom of the deck for this deck is the Hierophant. Very important. Law and order, decisions, structure, beliefs, your faith system, your structure. This is about changing your system. How do you live? How do you breathe? How do you do things? Where does your faith lie? What do you trust in? What are you devoted and loyal to? All these things are being questioned right now. And there's a lot of changes being made in regards to them, for sure. Spirit, please give me some advice for pile number 1. Give me some advice for pile number 1, painful past. Give me some advice. Yeah, everyone's waiting for their cards, guys. We're going to get them. Okay? You are going to get them. I'm sending out piece by piece. I'm letting everyone stay notified every single reading I announce. Catch up on the past readings. See the announcements if you can. All these cards are being sent out. People are still waiting from July, so of course people are going to be waiting from November. My grandpa died in December, got sick in October, so there's a lot of, problems. I moved houses, so please, patience. I don't appreciate messages in a live. Don't appreciate that. I understand that you're not getting a response on email, but there's too many emails, so just trust and believe that these cards are on their way. They've already been paid for and ordered. I just ask for a little more patience on that, please. It will be worth the wait. Okay, so pile number 1, Spirit. Pile number 1. Please give me advice and pile number 1. Okay, Spirit. Please give me some advice for pile number 2. Let's see. Give me advice for pile number 2. And for everyone that is receiving your cards, please send me a video link. If you could record it so I can upload it so people know they are getting their cards. That's all I ask. Because I've already sent out some. And I have requested video openings just to show everyone that I can post that they are receiving their cards. Okay? Alright, so pile number 2, Spirit, give me advice for pile number 2. But let's be careful not to ask personal questions in the middle of a reading, because see how it stopped my flow in getting messages from Spirit. I quit what I was doing, focused on a question about other things, and just went off and went on to that topic. And that's why I don't like interruptions during a reading, because it messes up my energy and my flow, and it just gets everyone off track. People are upset. They're waiting for the reading and I'm answering questions, and I understand there's frustrations in communication, but this is not the time. I'd rather appreciate it in comments after the reading. Please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Spirit, let's go ahead and get recentered here. Pile number 2, Spirit, please give me advice for the person that is dealing with uniting the best of both worlds. Give me advice for pile number 2. Pile number 2. Okay. And Spirit, please give me a message for pile number 3, the advice. Advice for pile number 3. Okay, Spirit, give me advice for pile number 4. Pile number 4. Okay. All right, bottom of the deck for everybody so far is Cornucopia, number 11. So twin flames, this is going to happen. You are going to be seeing doors opening, prayers answered, physical manifestations of your desires, of your faith being shown to you physically. What do I mean by your faith? Meaning everything you've been believing in, everything you've been pursuing, you are having the faith, and you're going to see what that faith is going to give you. Thank you so much, Markers, for the $5. I love you. Thank you. So have faith, because you're about to be given gifts. I know things are taking forever. And boy, Spirit is testing our patience, not just with my cards, but with your relationships. Twin Flames, Spirit's testing all of us, the teachers, the students, the ones in between, the ones that don't know what's going on, everything. It's been taking a long time. I've been seeing a lot of Hanged Man energy, a lot of Temperance energy, a lot of Seven of Pentacles energy, and I've also been getting messages of Seven of Wands, perseverance, persistence, defense, going into defense, going to bat for what you believe in. There's going to be a lot of this testing. You're going to be shown things that might completely throw you off base, okay? There's going to be things that are going to test your relationship, and you're going to want to give up, give in, let go, and I want you to know that there's a different way to let go than letting go in anger and feeling forced, feeling coerced, forced, or shoved into the direction of letting go, and almost resentfully letting go because you feel you have no other choice. And it's an energy of defeat and failure. And that's not the proper way to let go. The proper way to really work hard on letting go is feeling at peace and at harmony with yourself and with Spirit and divine timing, and just saying, whew, okay, all right, I'm letting go, not because I'm forced, not because I'm angry, not because it's not working out, but because I'm accepting this is not the right timing. And I'm going to put my focus somewhere else. It's really very different than just wanting to cut something off or drop it. It's just a refocus. And it's kind of just putting that on the back burner, you know, kind of leaving it behind where it doesn't really bubble up anymore. And overall, that is my message from Spirit as well, is watch how we're letting go. It's all in the details. Let's get some more cards of advice. Okay, I think I'll get my herbal oracles as well. Oops, that is the book. Hello. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some lasting advice here for the healing. Spirit, give us some advice on healing for pile number 1, particularly with a painful past, a hurt inner child, tearful memories. Show me pile number 1, advice for healing. Show me the advice for healing for pile number 1. Compassion did come out, but I'm not going to pull it. I did see it though. Up. Okay, whoops. All right, Spirit, please give me some healing advice for the ones in uniting the best of both worlds. This is making the best of it. When I see unite, the best of both worlds, it's someone that's going to make the best of a trying situation. It's balance and harmony, yin and yang. There's a lot of Libra energy in pile number 2. There's a lot, no, mostly just Libra here. And it's definitely like, can we just find peace in the midst of this madness? A lot of Justice card energy is what I'm feeling there. So how are we going to heal this? How is someone going to feel better in this? Okay. And Spirit, please give me advice on family, stronger together. There's definitely some family situations happening here that's, I feel painful, okay, in pile number 3. There's going to be some family strife. Give me the advice on healing this family strife, Spirit. Okay. And one fell. If you want me to show you, I will. Detox. I might just keep them both. So we have detox. Okay, that's what fell. There's another one under there, and we'll see that in a minute. But clearly detoxifying from a toxic family is good at any time. At any time, it's good to detox from your toxic families. Okay, Spirit, give me advice for the unexpected. A surprise that's awaiting someone. Really what I feel is going on in pile number 4 is anxiety. Okay. Anxiousness, stomach aches, ulcers, headaches, migraines, nervousness, very fast heart palpitations. Just a lot of anxiety here. That's what I feel. But let's go ahead and get some advice, please, Spirit, for pile number 4, the last pile. What is the healing advice for pile number 4? Okay. Bottom of the deck for everybody is Soothe, Slippery Elm. Soothe with a nice cup of tea. You know, I'm over here having my sunset cinnamon tea. Maybe you guys might enjoy a nice cup of tea, but it's all about soothing, right? Make sure you take some time out at some point today to just relax. Sometimes that's a tall order to take. Some of us are like, oh, Steph, I relax all the time. You know, 90% of my day I'm relaxing, but not everybody. There are some people that are go, 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 and I'm asking you to find some peace today for yourself. Really, it is important. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the piles. I'm going to start with pile number 1, painful past, tearful memories. This is not going to stay there. Okay. The first advice Spirit has is the palm tree. Stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, flexibility. The two things that stand out to me in this card is stability and endurance. How are you performing on stabilizing your environment? What are you doing to create stability? Pile number 1. Really. Because it is a very high sacrifice to change a habit. It's not easy, and I never said it was. It's freaking hard. It takes 21 days of consistent persistence, consciously struggling. 21 days of struggle to break any habit, any habit. And that's just the first 21 days. That's like just to get to a level 1. You know, before level 1 is chaos. 21 days to get to level 1, where you found some sense of stability. You want to try another 21 days to get even better at it. And I would suggest an additional 21 days. Step 3, okay? I recommend in pile number 1, what Spirit says is start breaking these chains, start breaking these patterns. What are these patterns that create this stability for you? Showing up late to work, being irresponsible, not keeping your word. Do you know why that is? Is it because maybe your parents did not keep their word to you as a child? And I'm not talking a teenager, I'm talking a small child. Where promises made and broken. You started experiencing psychological conditioning at a very young age. And I feel if you have bad habits today, it's from where you grew up, okay? It's from what you saw before the age of 7, what you were experiencing, okay? And this has disrupted your life long term. Long term, because you could be 60 years old and struggling today. 40 years old, 50 years old, whatever, you could be struggling today. There are patterns in your life that are disruptive. Pile number 1, with this painful past, this little angel. Maybe you collect angels. Maybe this is a reminder of someone's house that you had. Okay, this represents a very important thing for you, though, this childhood. Childhood in pile number 1 is very important. And I think your upbringing has affected your relationships on this twin flame journey. Spirit's advice is to start breaking those habits, number 1. And it takes a conscious effort. You have to acknowledge, I have a problem. Number 2, I'm going to do what it takes to fix it. And number 3, doing it. So Spirit's advice for pile number 1 is just recognize, go within, do some self-reflection and say, hey, I got something going on in here. I got to break it. I got to break this curse. I got to break this cycle. I got to break this chain. There is a habitual family curse. It's like grandma, great-grandma, mom. We all have the same problems. It could be obesity. It could be dependency. It could be smoking, drinking. It could be abuse. And I don't just mean like, sexual. That could definitely happen, but I mean abuse as in mental abuse. If your mom cursed at you, yelled at you, put you down, or your dad, and you never wanted to be like that, but now you're raising your kids and there's been some problems. Maybe you've been seeing your mother or your father in yourself, and you're watching yourself do this to them. Or maybe you're already 60, 70 years old and you recognize that you repeated patterns with your kids that happened to you. And it's a time to break that. It's a time to shove that down and be done with that, to end this karma. And Spirit's advice for you on this twin flame journey is to start tackling these family curses and these family karmic chains, because it's habitual. I don't know if that's the right word, but it keeps coming back generation after generation. And if you don't take care of it now, it's going to keep on happening. So this palm tree is also a family tree for me. And I know you're growing and you want to grow, and you have to be flexible. In order to be flexible, let go of some old traditions. Remember we were talking about changing traditions? Let go of the way grandma used to do it, grandpa used to do it. That doesn't apply to you today. How auntie did it, how whoever did it. Don't. That just doesn't apply. Okay? So remember that. Remember that you're different, you're unique. You're here to break the mold. You're here with cracks and wounds, just like this angel is damaged. Okay? She's aged, she's damaged, she's been weathered outside. She's not in the best shape of her life. Okay? She's seen better days, but she's still beautiful. She's still a beautiful little angel with an amazing soul, amazing spirit. Even though this is just a garden statue, it's the energy that I'm referring to. Being damaged, being scarred doesn't ruin you. It actually adds more character, and it can even add more beauty to your soul, okay? Let's get the next advice from Spirit. 6 of Chalices. See, you can't say that pile number 1 is not about children. Look at that, guys. We have more children here, pile number 1. And I told you about the ancestors. Look at that. The generational family. We have mom, dad, or grandma, grandpa up here in the clouds, in the sky, looking down at the children. Okay? 6 of Cups is about balance and harmony in family. There's some painful memories with your family, guys. Pile number 1. A lot of nostalgia, too. Sometimes your family can be difficult and you don't realize that it was abusive because you love them. You know, I have, grandparents and my parents that were abusive in many ways. They were not always 100% of the time abusive, but they had shown abuse, mentally and verbally mostly. And it's not because they were terrible people, it's because they grew up feeling that way as well. And they didn't know a better way. And I love them. And there's no bond that can be broken there between us. Okay? I love them very much. Sorry, I dropped this. Okay. But it's recognizing that in your family tree, in your family history, there is signs of pain. There is signs of trauma and emotional abuse. I also feel for pile number 1, you miss your grandparents. It would be grandparents. It seems to me like there might have been a special grandparent, or maybe a couple special grandparents, that really brought good memories also to your childhood. And the tearful memories are you miss them. You almost wish you could go back in time. You know, this pile number 1 has a lot to do with Cancerian energy. So if you're a Cancer out there, this might really be resonating with you. But I think there's a lot of tears about, I really wish I could go back and experience some of those memories again. Those were the best memories of my childhood. Some of those days, some of those times were the best things that I remember growing up. Maybe it was spending the night at grandma's house. Maybe it was hanging out with your cousins at your uncles and aunt's house. I just feel like you had the good and the bad. The good, the bad, the ugly. And there's still some work to do on this twin flame journey. Sometimes we can be so attached to our past that we don't know how to welcome our future. And that's a separate note here for the twin flames watching this, aside from your family, okay? Can I also just add something? If you have children that are older or getting older, you're missing when they were babies. You might be having baby fever here, okay? You might be wishing you could have another child in pile number 1. Feeling like that clock is ticking, right? How much time do I have before I can bring another child into this world? I would love another child. I would love to raise another child. And so that might be heavy on your mind here. And if you can't give birth naturally, maybe you're considering adoption. But you would love to spend time with children. Children are calling you. And I want you to know that if the children are calling you, if you're feeling called to be with children, it's also your inner child. Your inner child is calling you. This person over here is a nurturer, a lover, a healer, very motherly, fatherly. This person is a restoration specialist. This person is someone that can take old furniture and refurbish it. This person maybe would be very good in a profession of refurbishing old photos. I don't know how you do that, but it came to me. Whatever. Just getting memories from the past and making them relevant today. This could be a historian. This is a very good researcher. This is someone who loves to go travel to museums and look into the past of our world. Looking into the past very much, which is actually strong Sagittarius energy as well. Okay. There's a lot of history here. I think this person over here also could be studying their ancestry with Ancestry.com or some kind of DNA, like checking your DNA and your family history here. Somebody here could be looking into that. Maybe they've already gotten into this and are starting to make a family tree. I also see someone could be making a family tree on paper, on the wall, in the computer, whatever have you, creating a family tree for their children. But this person is deeply connected to their roots. And unfortunately, in doing so, you do sometimes carry your family's, karma inside of you, which is very much related to that curse. You know, if you feel like you have a curse on you, if you feel like, God, we can't get over this hump in our family, all of our family does this, or all of our family has not done this, know that that is karma and you're reliving it and you have the power to break it. I do feel like you're going to be having some dreams about your grandparents or passed on relative loved ones, aunts, uncles, mom, dad, that kind of thing. I do think you're going to have some very spiritual visits and spiritual dreams. I think you also might come across photographs of your family members. Okay, this might be coming up for you soon, in the next 30 days, or it's already been happening. Okay, let's get some more information here. We have the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. That's a confirmation. The 4th chakra is the heart. It is green and it is pink, and it represents the 4th house of Cancerian energy. As I said, the heart is the Cancerian energy, the heart and the lungs. Even though they say Leo is the heart, the general chest area is Cancerian. So again, strong Cancerian energy here in this reading for sure. So with Archangel Raphael, there's some deep family healing. Your family could be struggling with separation. This is very painful. You've had a very painful past. Maybe you've had some divorces, okay? For the twin flames that have been suffering with separation, this could be an extremely painful time for you. Looking back at you and your twins' relationship, I'm coming to the feeling that you were really looking forward to sharing a family with your twin flame in this lifetime. And you found that there's a lot of tears because it's not happening, and you keep hitting a brick wall. And you just keep hitting this wall, and you're wondering, what am I doing wrong here? We're going to read more into that with this, but let's first get into this oracle. Repair. Comfrey. The advice for healing this twin flame energy is repairing yourself. You have to repair your DNA. Okay? Well, Steph, what do you mean repair my DNA? Our DNA brings into our reality history, memories, curses, karma. It brings in everything from your ancestors. It brings it in. It's an anchor. Your DNA is a marker of all that was your family before you and all they experienced, all they did, all they were, and how their bloodline and lineage continues can bring karma through this lineage. There is going to be needing some breaking of family curses, breaking of karma in your family tree. You and your mother have a lot in common, and you may have a soulmate bond with your mother here, and you might even need to help your mother break through some of her curses, and or vice versa. The mother may have to help their child, son or daughter, break through some family curses, but I do see teamwork here, and I do think that Archangel Raphael is going to help you. And I know that this is going to be a good healing for you. Okay, let's read more into this. I'm going to get a meditation card before I pull your message from the book. We'll get into that in a second here, AJ. Let's just get a meditation card. Okay. Anxiety. Well, this was supposed to be over here in pile number 4, but whatever. We got anxiety for pile number 1. It is what it is. Guys, become aware of your anxiety. Notice all the body sensations and emotions and thoughts associated with anxiety. A racing heart, racing thoughts, shaky hands, achy bones, headaches and tension. Watch how they first make their appearance in the day. Does it appear as you drink coffee? Maybe as you watch the news, or as you arrive to school or work? Several times a day, or does it just happen briefly? So it says pause briefly to assess whether anxiety is present in your life. People are often surprised to discover that anxiety is a more constant companion in their lives than they thought. Anxiety is so pervasive in modern culture that people often don't even notice it until their mind becomes quieter and they're more attuned. Through mindfulness and practice, to the changes of the body and the mind, it may pop up when the alarm clock buzzes or when the first ring of the phone happens. Some people find that they seem to wake up already anxious. When we are truly present, time seems to slow and everything becomes more vivid. One thing follows another in perfect order, and our worries drop away. All is well again. Anxiety is the subtle and pervasive destroyer of our happiness. It depends upon thoughts of past and future. It cannot exist in the present. Wow, that is a very meaningful message. Anxiety does not exist in the past nor the present. It only, I forget what I just said. Mercury retrograde, messed that up. Rewind, go back, let me start this again. That was just not what it needed to come out to say. Listen, Steph. Anxiety only exists in the past and the future. Excuse me. Yeah. Anyways, one more time. Anxiety only exists in the past or in the future. If you are feeling anxiety about your past, that makes you feel terrible because you're living there. And if you're feeling anxiety about your future, this makes you feel terrible because you're living there, which means you're not living in the present. Okay, that's what I meant to say. So pile number 1, I don't think you're living in the present if this is a problem. If you're not a twin flame, and if pile number 1 is not resonating with you, then why are you watching? I mean, wait till I get to the other piles. I'm working on pile number 1. If you did not pick pile number 1, or you're not a twin flame on the journey, I don't understand how this would work for you. But right now we're just doing pile number 1. And really what's going on here is someone is stuck in the past. Okay? Painful past. And this creates anxiety today because you're worrying about your future, mostly because you want to change your future. You don't want to live here in this past. So you're constantly worried, constantly anxious about, am I recreating my past? Am I living in my past? Am I my mother? Am I my father? Am I my grandparents? Am I reliving my past alone as a single person? Am I being who I was, back then with my pain? You're constantly worrying about, am I bringing this here? I don't want that in my future. I want this in my future. I want A in my future. I want B in my future. I want C in my future. So all this anxiety is building up because you're overly worrying here about your past and how it might find its way in your future and how you want this future to be drastically different than what anything you've experienced. And this is creating the anxiety. Probably the anxiety even when you just wake up, okay? Because it's like you have so much to do, so much on your plate. Now, this is coming from a child that grew up too quick. I feel this would be an only child or an elder, like an elder sibling. An only child or the oldest child. And if you're somewhat in the middle, maybe you're the eldest girl, the eldest boy. That could also happen in this energy here. So That's just what I'm feeling. If it doesn't stick, that's okay. It doesn't have to. But I am feeling that, okay? And it means you had a lot of responsibility for stability for your family. Just like this little boy is giving a cup of flowers to his sister. He's saying, I love you, sister. Please take this cup of flowers. This is for someone special. If you're watching and if this resonates, if you lost a brother, an older brother, they visit you and this person sees you, and this person is a fun, loving, big-hearted person. And this person may have passed away from bad choices or some kind of a sudden accident. But there is an older brother that is there and is like, I want to love on you still. I want to be that caretaker. I want to guide you still. Okay? So I do feel that there is some energy here of an older brother. And it doesn't matter if you're a male or female. I just feel like they're always there. And that might be an important message for someone. Okay? I also feel like you are more cherished than you believe. There's some self-worth issues here. Okay? Are you worthy? Okay? So there's a lot of self anxiety because you want to make people happy. You want to please people that aren't there. You're constantly trying to please who? Who's watching you? You always feel like you have eyes on you. There's always someone judging you, and that's a lot of your anxiety here also, which is strong Virgo energy. The 6th house. Yeah, there's a lot of that. We're going to go ahead and read this message now so I can move on and not live in a long message. The number 38. See, I have to watch myself, guys, because I could spend freaking 2 hours on that pile alone. I better quit right now. The advice for you on this twin flame journey is love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink. This is your heart center. And this card upright indicates that you now have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate that a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self-talk that you desire to hear from others. Let's read that slower, please, and really take this in. The tender, soft, sweet vibrations of love coming from Archangel Raphael are reminding you and encouraging you to speak to yourself with a compassionate, loving voice and consideration, which is what you desire to hear from others. Are you not, okay, I'm not going to ask you. You're not doing it. You desire love and compassion. You desire a gentle energy. One, how do you speak to others? Be careful, because sometimes you're harsh because all you've experienced is harsh. But all you want is love and acceptance. Sometimes you do speak loving and accepting to others, but they're harsh to you. But in your head, you put yourself down in very harsh ways. You might even call yourself overweight or a loser or, God, you're stupid. Why did you do that? What's wrong with you? Who would want you? What are these self-talk? These are harsh words. And whether you're hearing them from other people or you're telling yourself, be aware. Be very aware. Because like this card said, sometimes you don't even know that this is what you sound like inside. But that's a vibration. And it's a vibration that nobody else can hear but you. And it's a vibration that might be so accustomed to you saying it all the time or hearing it in your head all the time that you didn't even realize it was painful. And don't be so harsh on yourself, and don't be so hard on yourself. It looks like you might be. You might be really hard on yourself, which with the Cancerian energy, I'm not surprised. Okay? There's also Virgo energy here, Cancer energy here, and Sagittarius energy here. Okay? I did feel those energies. So be careful how you talk to yourself and treat yourself. And also be careful how you talk and treat others, because you might be receiving that back as well. And I don't think the intentions are to do that. And I don't even think your intentions are to come across harsh in any way. Sometimes they just come out, and it's something you grew up with. Okay, so let me get this tea bag out of my cup real quick. I need a drink. That's good. Know that as you do this, the light from your heart center will shine with an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. The more you grow, the more these things are going to grow around you. The more you're willing to accept this advice from Spirit, the more you're going to find peace and harmony with your past, your present, and your future. This is all about making peace and living in the moment. Six of Cups represents reconciliation and reunion. It represents a harmony. As I dive into the twin flame energy, because this was more your personal, but as I dive into the twin flame energy, you have a very painful past with your twin. Your twin has broken your heart. Okay, you thought that you had stability and security and endurance and a long future. You thought you were going to grow old with this soulmate energy, this twin flame vibe, okay, with the Six of Cups. And clearly there was a crash, there was a disruption. Something created anxiety. A lot of this is your past or even theirs. And yes, it could most definitely be their reading. They could be experiencing all of this painful past. Keep that in mind, that if this is not you, but you're feeling like it resonates with your love, this could very much be your love in pile number 1. And they are really having a hard time with their past. Okay? I do feel that there is going to be a reunion and a reconciliation for pile number 1 with their twin flame. It is being repaired. I also think that your ancestors and loved ones that have passed on before you, they're helping repair your heart for this union, because there is a union coming in for pile number 1. So let's go ahead and read repair, and that is the number 34. This is a time of bringing together more than one element to seek improvement. You might not have all the pieces, the resources, or all the information that you require at the moment, so keep digging, exploring, and collecting. If you take more time to notice the past, we go again with the past, and the lessons shown to you from them, then there is going to be a success and a breakthrough. And it could come a little bit more quickly the more you acknowledge this. Now will come the completion of a project or a situation and the end of a cycle. If you want to start something new or change in any way, you should now be able to do this. You are free to go in any direction you please. See? Free will. You are free to go in any direction you please. All right, my dears. Give me a message from the twin flame and the advice of the twin flame on this relationship for pile number 1. Give me the advice for the twin flame. Ooh, third party. So there is definitely some broken heart energy here. Why? There's third party people involved. Could be parents. We have strong family intervention and intervening. Okay? But a third party creates pain. And more than anything for pile number 1, you are suffering from anxiety and maybe even PTSD from past pain in relationships. And in general, just this relationship, this twin flame soulmate relationship has caused you more pain than you were even counting on. Are you guys going to have repair? I do believe so. Bottom of the deck, we have certainty, 4 of Pentacles, which is stability. It's a good foundation. And we did pull that information here from the palm tree. Stability, security, and endurance. Does this relationship have longevity? Yes. Could there be children tying you together in pile number 1? Yes, there could be. There could also be that you guys were children together in a past life or children together in this life. But you guys have an inner child that needs repair. And it's very hard to accept that, believe me. It's not as easy as it sounds, okay? A lot of people think it is. It's really not as easy as it sounds, okay? So be brave enough, be strong enough to figure out what could be hurting you. I know some very strong people that are doing Reiki and doing spiritual healing, and they have a broken past. You know, they have a past where their father left them early or their mother left their father, and there was drinking and abuse at a young age. There could have even been witchcraft. There could have been whatever going on. There could have been another marriage, step parents, maybe multiple step parents, and lo and behold, they're still stable and grounded today. They're doing healing work and they're being good, calm, normal people. But if you get down to the root of the situation, the root of the painful past and why their twin flame journey is having some struggles, it's a lack of acknowledgement of the pain that really still exists there in the past. And to really conquer that, I suggest, because someone asked me, Steph, how do you heal the past? And how do you heal your DNA and all of that from ancestry if it's not you? Consider the Hierophant your root. Consider you are a tree, and everything that you believe in, everything that feeds you today, everything that keeps you green and alive and growing today is because of those roots. If those roots were not into a foundation of soil and they didn't have water and sun, you wouldn't have grown into the person you are. You wouldn't have grown into the tree that you are. And you're branching off now and you're giving fruit to other people. So your roots are very important. No one sees the roots. No one pays attention to the roots. That's deep subconscious. That is deep energy deep inside the soul. This is usually only seen through regression therapy, which can be done with hypnosis. And it's also through very deep meditation and traveling back in time to relive those things. But your past and your roots are the core, and they are the sustenance for who you are today. And if those roots have drank poison, or those roots are in bad soil, or those roots were damaged in some way, and they're not being treated and taken care of today, your tree will not last long. You will have a meltdown. You will fall apart, okay? You could have a complete breakdown because this roots need to be taken care of. And what are the first signs of meltdowns and breakdowns? Impatience with family, irritability, depression, anxiety, okay? consistent repetitive cycles, reliving the same thing. Um, these things are all signs of damaged roots, damaged past that needs healing. So if you have any of those symptoms, if you have any of those signs going on in your life, know that the root of the problem needs to be looked at. So I suggest meditation and hypnosis energy. If you can do that, energy healing. They have those on YouTube too. They have these videos with self-hypnosis guided videos, which are great. That's a great substitute. It's free. You know, if you can't afford the real thing, you know, always try to substitute it with headphones and get in your phone and do that. That's always a good thing to do. Also connecting with your roots through vibrations. This would be a singing bowl, drums, have a really good trance kind of way. Asking spirit to reveal to you your roots and your pain and your history. Going there and seeing it, playing things out in your mind and releasing those energies. It's kind of like you're an observer on your life, watching yourself play as a child, watching yourself as a child do those things and experience these things. Kind of time travel and pretend you're there and send love and healing to your inner child, to that child that was going through those things. Soothe that child, because the inner child can be very wounded, and you need to be able to communicate with him or her and say, we're going to get through this, you're fine now, and just relax and release that pain, acknowledge that pain and let it go. A lot of it's just meditative, okay, but it's visualization. And I think you do have to get in some kind of a musical trance or some kind of a very humble vibration to kind of get in tune with yourself with all of that. And that is my suggestion. Sitting cross-legged on the ground is suggested also. Mostly outside if you can, but if you can't, inside is fine. But really getting rooted. Imagine that roots are growing from under you and just sinking deeper and deeper into the earth until you touch a spot where you feel, I need to work on something, there's something there, and then you acknowledge it. Maybe you were crying for your dad and they never came. Maybe your mom and you got into an argument as a child and you didn't get closure. Maybe you felt abandoned at 3 or 2 and you didn't understand. Maybe there was divorce, maybe there was abuse or drinking. Maybe there was a lack of interest in your life as a young person and you felt unloved and unacknowledged. Okay? Whatever these things are, if you're traveling into a meditative thought with your eyes closed, really going there, you can start to recognize these painful past, these tearful memories, and talk to your inner child and heal those wounds. And this is going to help your twin flame journey, because if you make peace with your inner child, it's going to allow your twin to also make peace with their inner child, because you guys are bound, you're connected. One soul, two bodies. They're going to feel your healing. And you will feel theirs as well when they start healing. You will feel theirs as well. But this is going to be very trying for you. We're going to go ahead and get a message now from your twin flame for pile number 1. Twin flame, what is the message for the person in pile number 1? Oh my God. Confirmation. Let it go. Releasing energy. I'm sorry, I have to breathe because tears wanted to overcome me. Tears. It's a lot of tears in pile number 1. A lot of pain. Grief. You've always dealt with some very troublesome relationships where there was always somehow a third party that wreaked havoc in your desires, your wish fulfillment with this person. And you're just very hurt, betrayed, astounded, shocked, surprised. that you even had to endure this. Why? And look down here, the confirmation, let it go. Let it go from your person, releasing energy. This may be tough to hear. If you are in pile number 1 and your soulmate is with another person, you have to let them go, or they're never going to let go of that other person. But here's the fine print. You have to let go in such a way that you do not care, and you've made peace with leaving this behind you. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's hard. Yeah, and if anyone here is watching and saying, God, I can't imagine, but that's what's needed. That's the advice from Spirit on pile number 1. You have to completely let go, accept what was, and accept what is. Remember the serenity prayer, and let them go. Your twin flame wants you to let it go. To let them go, let the third party go, let your past go, let it all go. I suggest very highly a let it go ritual tonight. Is tonight the new moon? I haven't even been keeping up. By the way, I got hurt today, guys. I wish I could show you my foot. I have not been live because I freaking missed 2 steps on the stairs and freaking plopped on the floor like a pile of potatoes. Okay? So Mercury retrograde is kicking my royal ass. Okay? So that's why I haven't been. I wish I could show you my ankle. It's hurt. I'm good though, but I definitely, anyways. Now that we're going into this Mercury retrograde, we're already kind of into it. There's going to be some past going on for everybody, but especially pile number 1. And when you go into a retrograde, it doesn't make things slower. It makes them faster, which is why you guys notice that we're falling like I did yesterday. Everything's so quick. I was moving too quick, and I fell. Things move so fast. New moon was yesterday at 10:38 p.m. Damn it. Well, I was hurt. I didn't even pay attention. So we missed the new moon boat, but that's okay. It's still a waxing moon. If you want to bring in healing, you want to suck in healing, usually I suggest let it go rituals with a waning moon or a full moon. But we're going to go ahead and do this tonight on a new moon, okay? Because you're not just releasing and that's it. You're bringing something in. You're kind of exchanging. So think of tonight as a ritual for exchanging energy. You're going to give the universe back your past. And in exchange, you're going to accept your presence. Present. Can't talk. So I want you to do an exchange. And I want you guys to do that tonight if you can, okay? So if you have the ability to let it go and ask for being more present into this moment, tonight's the night to repair your heart and stop your anxiety once and for all, because I think that you have a lot of anxiety with this person. Let's go ahead and get a card for this person. Let me see. Give me a card for this person's energy, your twin flame. A card, Spirit. A card. I'm going to try this again. Spirit, please give me 1 card for the twin flame. Just 1. Make it plain. Make it obvious. They won't give me 1 card. I have to take freaking how many here? 2. Your person is coming in as the Knight of Swords. This is difficult to communicate with. This is stubborn, loyal, but not to you. Loyal and stubborn to themselves, what they want, what they believe. Okay? Air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. strong Gemini, but this person is difficult at the least. Five of Pentacles. Your person is coming in depressed, in despair, lack. They are in this constant lack, always with their hand out, needing help. Your person is always saying, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? This is frustrating. If you're in pile number 1, you have always been approached by men or women who need you. They need you, and they ask you verbally, Knight of Swords, for your help. And a lot of it is financial, or it has something to do with stability. If it's not money, it is, can I live with you? Can I have a car? Can I use your car? Can I, can you help me get a job? Can you watch my kids? Can you, there's some kind of support, okay? And for you in this twin flame journey, it really was shining, really shining, because this is something you've always been in. It is a cycle, it is a past. And let me tell you, this twin flame really put it in there. I mean, they needed you probably more than anyone else you can remember needed you. Okay? So this person really needed you, really has their hand out, really has verbalized, hey, pile number 1, can I please have your assistance with this matter? Is it possible that I can get your help in this matter over here? And if they don't ask you flat out, they kind of go in a roundabout way. They'll come to you and say, oh, pile number 1, can I come over and smoke? Or can I come over and drink? Or can I come over and hang out? I'm having a hard day. And they'll tell you about their hard day, like, I don't know how much longer I can handle this job. I'm so stressed out. I can't sleep. I'm not eating right. I don't know how I'm going to make this bill. So much is going on in my life. And so they kind of give you this despair, kind of pity party kind of thing. And you, of course, offer, let me help you. And they're always saying, no. I couldn't possibly accept your help. I couldn't possibly take your assistance in this. I'm just here to talk to you. No. This person also has this habit. And I hate to break the news, but you're not the only one that they have done this to. But somehow your lines have gotten crossed, and someone here thought they were the only one that was helping this person like that. But no, they've been doing this before. And I'm going to put it to you like this. Are they the first person you've ever helped out? No, they're not. They are not the first person you've helped out like this. And believe me when I say this, you are not the first person that they've ever asked or went to and received help. Everyone has had their hand out to help them. Okay? That's just going in the past. This is what the past was. What the present is right now, the current situation. They are being urged by karma to cut off and get rid of this third party, because they are suffering with some very deep-rooted abandonment issues here. They abandoned you, or they abandoned your children, or they feel abandoned, but I don't know, there's some strong abandonment issues here, and this person is being urged, like you, to let this go. To let karma come in and do its job. To let karma come in and evaluate the situation and say what needs to go. What needs to go is this third party situation. I'm going to do a little story here before I move on. You met this person in a very divine soulmate way. You feel very connected to their mother and father. You have a deep connection to your history and ancestors, and subsequently, you feel very deeply connected to your twin flames, ancestors, and family. If you both share passed on loved ones, you're very deeply connected to their ancestors and yours. You communicate with them. There's a lot of mediumship here, even if you're not fully aware. But you have a strong love and affection for your twin flame. You have "I'll do anything for you" kind of attitude. You have a very tender and sincere heart, and you're very affectionate with this twin. They have not reciprocated the love you've given them. They have not appreciated or reciprocated the kind of energy you've given them, about healing their family, healing their past, helping their situation. And I'm sure you already know this, but a lot of the reasons you've been going through this is because you're an overgiver. There was boundaries that need to be established, or had to have already been established in this relationship. This person helped you grow up. Your inner child grew from a very young spiritual age to a very grown, mature spiritual age. It's almost like you met this person as a spiritual baby, and you grew with this person very quickly, and now you are a spiritual adult. So you've grown immensely from the inside out, and you feel abandoned because of a third party. So there's a lot of pain and tears and sadness. And really what your twin wants you to do is letting it go, letting go of the pain of the past. This is something they struggle. Your twin had a very painful childhood. They experienced loss and grief at a young age. They suffered with, I feel, a lot of anxiety in their childhood. Maybe you as well, okay? But I know they did. And I have a very strong feeling you did as well. You're mirroring here. You're twins. Your upbringing was very similar with the Six of Cups. Very similar upbringings, very similar way to grow up, very similar family history, very similar maybe religious views in the family. Your families sure seem a lot alike, even if they've never met, okay? But your twin flame has betrayed you. Knight of Swords. They betrayed you with an earth sign, possibly. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. They may have betrayed you with someone like that. They may have just betrayed you because of money. Betrayed you because of some materialistic situation. Again, they've always needed help with money or materialism. And it seems that they've chosen this, and there's been an abandonment of the love in this twin flame relationship. Why do they want you to let it go? Let's see, what are they feeling? What are they feeling? Why do they want you to let it go? Because this is their message to you. My mind is torturing me with reminders of you everywhere I go. Tortured. They want you to let them go because you are being tortured. Everywhere you go, everywhere you look, every time you close your eyes and sleep, and every time you wake up. Tortured. Tortured with the past and memories of them. They want you to let them go so you can have peace. They're going through it. They're going through some very heavy karma. Karma is hitting them hard. They're learning. And in this learning and trial and tribulation, they want you to find some peace, because in some sense that's going to give them some peace. They also want you to release them so they can release their karma, which, by the way, could also be a karmic third party. If you can release them, they can release their karma. But if you hang on to them in this past, they're not going to let go of this karma or this karmic person. They need you to read between the lines. They need you to trust the universe. They need you to heal your heart. They need you to repair. Pile number 1, you're in need of repair. They're in need of repair. The reason you're separated is you're both being repaired from the inside out. Do I see a reconciliation? You bet. 6 of Cups. But you have to let this go first. Okay? So this is really what's going on here with pile number 1. And the advice from Spirit is to not torture yourself either. Heal your heart, guys. Heal your heart, heal your mind. That's the advice from Spirit number 1. Yep, bottom of the deck. 4 of Swords, rest, rejuvenation, and healing. All right, so now we're going to jump into pile number 2. I'm going to go a little bit more quickly. Sorry, pile number 1 took so long. I was not watching it as well as I should have. It will go faster. So, pile number 2, let's stay focused here. Let's get you situated. Okay. All right. So, we started out with Unite, the best of both worlds. We have a beautiful little ice skate here with a little cute pom-pom. It looks really nice. It's trying to make the best out of a situation. This is making lemons out of lemonade. Or, see, I can't talk. Mercury's really a butthead. He really is a butthead. Anyways, let's try this again. We're going to make lemonade out of lemons. Okay, pile number 2. The first card that we have coming out for you, advice from Spirit, is abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want, pile number 2. Gratitude and bliss. The attitude of gratitude. So the advice here is physical abundance. Spirit wants you to focus on materialistic things. And a lot of people are like, Steph, I don't want to focus on materialistic things. Look, you can have the best of both worlds. You can have love, peace, spirituality, and abundance. I do feel like pile number 2, you've been a little bit worried that if I'm rich, I won't be spiritual. If I'm well off and abundant, I can't be grounded and humble. Not true. You can have a beautiful balance of abundance and spirituality. You just have to know how to juggle this. You have to know how to use it and spend it wisely and invest in these things. Okay? So I want you to focus right now on all your manifestation. It's okay to ask for more. It's okay to get more. Somebody here has struggled with abundance. I'm going to be real. We had here a past of, what's the right word? Attitude of lack. Is that the right word? No. Lack mentality. Pile number 2, your mom, your dad, someone brought you up with a lack mentality. This is a poverty state of mind. This is, we never have enough. I don't have enough money to get that for you. You think money grows on trees? I don't have enough money for that. Oh my God, what do you want? That's expensive. I'll never be able to afford that. Speaking lack into your life and into your family. That's like your kids, and my son brought up a really ridiculous thing he wanted, and I was like, oh, hell to the no. He wanted a $900 suit, like cosplay alien suit from Amazon. I'm like, what in the actual bleep? You know, no. But then I'm like, if I speak lack onto my child, he will grow up in lack. He will think lack. He will live in a poverty state of mind. Can't afford that, don't have enough, not gonna happen. What in the actual fuck? Don't dream about something that expensive. It's elaborate, and that's not for us. You see, I don't want to create this net around my kid saying we'll never have. Can't have that. Dream big. And that's what I'm seeing in pile number 2. Dream big. When you see something that seems obviously out of bounds, like, nah, don't have the money for that, don't say that. Don't say and speak, I don't have enough money for that. Or we don't have enough. Or I'm never going to spend that much money on something like this. Bullshit. Say something like, you know what? That is awesome, son. And let's make a goal. Let's get a jar and start putting money away so you can get that. We're going to get that suit for you. It's going to happen. It just can't happen right now, but it's going to happen. Okay? Then you're speaking dreams and abundance into your kids' lives. It may be the stupidest thing that costs the most money, but you have to start breaking this lack mentality, this poverty mentality. We have to break the net and the shell. We have to break the glass ceiling here. And that's what I see with the best of both worlds. You can have it all. What's wrong with having it all? This right here is about manifestation, pile number 2. The advice from Spirit is dream big. No, dream bigger. How about that? Don't dream big, dream bigger. You have it in you to dream up big dreams. And even bigger dreams than that big dream. And there's nothing wrong with that. Go out there and imagine and entertain your fantasies. Entertain your stupid, wild ideas. Entertain the fact that maybe you could have a yacht. Entertain the fact that maybe you can marry an amazing, gorgeous musician and travel the world. I mean, I don't know, but entertain the thought. Keep dreaming. You can have the best of both worlds. You can have fantasy and reality. Why not both? Why not be in your reality but also dream bigger? Because we're taught as a society to have a limit. Are we right? Thank you so much for the 2222. I just saw that on Super Chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you. So guys, don't dream big, dream bigger. It's okay to be like that. It's okay to want more. And have you been stopping yourself, pile number 2? Have you been putting blocks and barriers and obstacles in front of your dreams because there's been a lack of faith, because you grew up with a lack mentality, or you tell yourself that that's just not possible? And even if it's not financial, are you telling yourself that it's not possible to be with your twin? No, it's not possible. They're in this situation. Nope, not possible. They live 2,000 miles away. Nope, not possible. I'm 20 years older than this person. No, not possible. How could they love me like this? No, 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 no.